Tuesday. So yeah, what's going on today is I am focused in trying to go after my personal best high score. I should know exactly what that number is, but I don't. It's somewhere in the 390,000s. Since I've been back playing here, I did get into the 300,000 like once, like a 300 and I don't know, it was like 340 or 300,000 point game. It was a pretty good game, but we're gonna try to top that tonight. That's the goal. Stay focused. Try not to make mistakes, and go after that high score. On level 1-1 right now, the barrels, Nintendo Donkey Kong. Here we go. All right, and this is like a warm-up game, so I mean, you never know what's going to happen in the warm-up game. Best stay focused and kind of get and just go from there. So yeah, let's see what. I hope everybody's having a happy Tuesday. Having a good week so far, I hope, and yeah. If you're new to the channel, new to the lives, what I'm playing right now is called the Rivet Screen. Each level has multiple screens. Level 1 has 2. It has the barrels, and then it has the Rivet Screen. And the goal here is just to walk over or jump over all of these yellow pieces. Once I do that, Donkey Kong will fall down. And we'll move on to the next level. There are some other things. One of the goals can be to get these fireballs. Oops. Benefit there is if that happens, I can point press and get more points by point pressing than I can off the bonus clock. So this is what points pressing is. Jumping next to Donkey Kong and pressing over on the joystick. And I just try to get as many points as I can. If I did get all the fireballs trapped on the left, I could do this until the bonus clock gets to 0. Right now, I can only do this until, like, the fireball comes up there, and then I gotta exit out. So, there we go. Donkey Kong falls down. And on to level 2. Just like that, a pretty smooth start. 11,700 is pretty decent. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm happy with that score. It's nice. So, and if you guys do like watching the stream live, or if you're watching the recap of this, like the video on demand after, consider tuning in for the live. I plan and have been going live around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And I plan to continue to do that. On Saturdays and Sundays, it may be a little bit different, just depending on, what's going on, but I'll keep that cadence if I can. So yeah, if you do like this type of content and would like to support and watch me play Donkey Kong or my other arcade games live, check me out around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the alerts. That way you know when I go live. But yeah, the goal for this channel is to play my arcade games, live, to play my console retro games live, maybe some new stuff as well, and hopefully find other people who like hanging out and kind of watching this stuff and, talking retro nostalgia or, current topic stuffs, movies, those types of things. So yeah, what I do here is I get the hammer and see if with this hammer, if I can. Okay, this is not a good hammer because I didn't get any of the fireball. So that is not a good thing. And now I got all these fireballs to deal with. So I that guy's just kind of frozen there. Come on, let me get that hammer. Okay. There we go, and then I'll just walk over here. There's one. Man, if I could get all 5 fireballs with this hammer, that would be pretty awesome. Looks like I'm gonna maybe get 3. Maybe 4 if I'm lucky. No. So I'm just gonna try to play it safe and just exit out of the level like that. And just like that, we're on to level 3. So far, this is a pretty decent game, a good warm-up game. Thanks for joining. If you're just joining, I'm playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade. This game was made back in 1981. So I think they probably, I don't know for sure, but they probably made the cabinet, the arcade cabinet, for a few years after that until it ran out of demand. So I don't know exactly when this particular cabinet is made. Okay, I don't like the way those barrels were set up. I got out of that though. Ooh, that was close. That was a little too close for comfort. Okay, let's get the hammer, start moving to the right. But this game was almost certainly made in the early 1980s, so you're talking, you know, a good solid 40 plus years later, and this thing still survives. The original, well, as far as I know it, original monitor is in there. You know, it's a picture tube style, and still looking pretty good. I'm happy with it. And there we go, through level 3-1, and now on to level 3-2. So this is the first appearance of the Pie Factory. This is what I call the Pie Factory, because like that's oil up there in the middle. So those are little things of concrete or something like that. Right now I'm just kind of running around waiting for these fireballs to do something just so I can make a move. Oh, okay, here's the opportunity. See, I just rode the conveyor belt there over to the other ladder, get the umbrella. No, okay. Okay, there we go. We got it. Just like that. And this is where, too, the springs are a little faster on level 3. On level 4, they get incredibly fast. 4 is like, I call it the gatekeeper level, because it's very hard for like a new player to learn how to get past level 4. It took me quite a while to figure it out, the level 4 springs. And so we'll be seeing that on the next level. But they just move fast, and there's a lot of them. They just come like one after the other. And so there's a very specific way to do it. And even if you know how to do it, it's still difficult to get through it. So it's still pretty crazy. But it's also kind of like the gatekeeper level in the sense that to get over 100,000 points, you basically need to be able to pass that level. And then also to get further in the game, you got to figure out how to get past those level 4 springs. If you guys are just joining tonight, I'm playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade. Consider subscribing if you're not already. I plan to go live Monday through Friday around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys like watching this type of content, that's kind of my current game plan. I have multiple arcades, and I plan to play most of them. And I also plan to play like some retro console games as well, and just kind of hang out, and hopefully you enjoy this type of content. And there we go, we're on to level 4. Donkey Kong is down. So level 4 is when it starts to get radical. And the barrels are definitely moving faster at this stage. And Donkey Kong, oop, I gotta get out of the way. Yeah, that barrel could have got me there. One of the things too is you can, ooh, that was close. I think the barrel was like going past my leg, you know, like the hitbox is smaller than how big he is, but it was close. It was pretty close. So I got a little lucky there. But when you're walking towards a ladder, especially in the later levels, the barrels are programmed to go down that ladder. So a lot of times you'll see me pause, like I'll stop like that, and it's to try to prevent the barrel from going down the ladder. So, okay, on to the Pie Factory of level 4. And if you guys want to chat, feel free to chat. If not, that's cool too. But if you do chat, I'll check it in between the levels and respond as I can. So on the level 4 Pie Factory, there's 4 fireballs, and it looks like they're going to play nice this time. And I can just make it right to the top like that. That was a pretty easy Pie Factory. This is probably still the hardest level for me. It's the one that I probably have the most problems with. So on level 4, there's 5 different screens. It goes barrels, Pie Factory, barrels, spring screen, and then the rivets. Ooh, look at that, a full extension with the hammer got that barrel. It could have went either way. If the hammer was down, the barrel could have bonked me in the head. But we got through that. And then level 5 forward has 6 screens. All the levels from 5 forward have 6. It goes barrels, Pie Factory, barrels, springs, barrels, rivets. So this is the gatekeeper level that I was talking about. If you watch the springs, they are moving fast and they're moving one right after the other. So it's a very tough level to figure out how to get up the ladder up there. Like I said, even if you know how to do it, it's still challenging. Like I know how to do it and I still find it challenging. Oh! See, I kind of got froze up there. And, we're down our first guy. That's okay, though. That's a pretty good run for the first guy. I'll take that. I would have liked to have got over 100,000 with him, and that was just a goof on my part. I just kind of got anxiety, I guess, and kind of my hand locked up. There we go. When I was running back to the gold piece right there. So if you're just joining the live, thank you so much. I hope you're having a happy Tuesday. If you like this type of content, consider subscribing if you're not already. Playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade. And here we go. The goal here is to try to get these fireballs trapped on the left-hand side of the screen. Okay, I did not get what I needed to with that hammer, so that was not a good hammer. And now I'm kind of stuck here. Okay, let's try to get over here and get this hammer. There's one. Two. Can I get this guy? 3. That's good. And then we'll just exit out of the level, play it safe. There we go. On to level 5. So we're cruising and we're approaching that 100,000 mark. All right, here we go. Level 5 barrels. And we're getting close to that 100,000 point. I just kind of stand right over here. Wait for the hammer to run out, and then up here we go. And up the ladder I go. Okay, back to the Pie Factory, level 5, 5 fireballs. And let's see how nice they're gonna play. Okay. Gonna have to start moving around here. Sometimes I can get them to... I need that guy to... Let's go up here, and then we'll run back this way. Jump over here. Okay, so we got a chance here. This level got a little wild. I do got these 2 fireballs defending the ladder, though. I thought I was going to make it, and then at the last moment, he snuck over. All right, 102,500. We're down 2 guys. Let's see if this will go any better here. Jump over this way. Go up here. There we go. So like I said, sometimes that level goes really smoothly and other times it does not at all. All right, here we go. Back to the barrels. We're continuing on. We're over 100,000, so a pretty decent start to the game. Oh, I got lucky there. I thought that barrel for sure was going to come down the ladder. Sent all those barrels away. Get the hammer. And just kind of hanging out over here until the hammer runs out. Trying to wait for a chance here. There it was. You guys ever seen if you come over here, you know, you can't get too close to Donkey Kong because you just bounce off that ladder. Okay, up the ladder I go. And onto the springs. We got 2 guys left. Yeah, this level is quick. You know, once you get it down, it's okay, but it's still a little crazy. Ooh, that was close. That was close. And thanks for joining tonight. If you're just joining, happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a good week so far. I'm playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade. Going after my personal best, and I should know exactly what that number is. I should put like, I don't know, I should have a piece of paper somewhere and written it down, but I don't remember exactly. It was somewhere around 390,000 points. Since I've been back playing more regularly, I did get up to 350, 340, 350-ish thousand. And I've had some games over 200,000, so I definitely can make it that direction. Just got to stay consistent here. And here we go onto the rivets. And yeah, if I can do this level right, I can get all these fireballs trapped on the left side of the screen. So I take this path here. And so the goal with this first hammer is to get as many of these fireballs as possible. You guys like that wall bounce? I thought that was fun. Okay, there's 2. Okay, if I can get like 3. Okay, this should be okay. So now I have 3 fireballs trapped on the left. If you see, they're over there on the left side of the screen, and they cannot get me. So now what I have to do is with this second hammer up here, I need to try to get the other 2 fireballs. So I'm going to wait for one to come towards me here. Let's just see what happens. So there he goes. So I got him. Come here, buddy. Ah! I couldn't really go too much further. I think I was going to fall off the edge. So I ended up getting 4 of them trapped. So I can't really do anything about him. I just have to get him to come down, and then I just go up here. But this is what point pressing looks like. But I'm going to have to jump over the last rivet just because he was coming up to get me. So 2 guys left. The score is looking nice, 137,500. And here we go on level 6. It's been a while since I've been to level 10-ish plus. It's hard to stay consistent in the level 4 plus screens, just because too many wild things can happen. And I also like to have fun while I'm playing, so like I'll do some goofy stuff sometimes, which puts me in peril. All right. Ah, what? Ah, man, the wild barrel just kind of Englished at me, and now I'm down to my last guy. It's okay. Sometimes on my last guy, I have my best guy, you know? But that was kind of That was like a threading the needle scenario going through those two barrels. Man, give me a break. Oh, we got through that. That was crazy. That one, I thought that one was going to get me, but we got saved. So I'll just come over here to play it safe. This is my last guy, so I'll just kind of hang out here until the hammer runs out, and then wait for my opportunity, which is right there. And up we go, and cruising on. Thanks for joining tonight. If you're just joining, consider subscribing if you're not already so we can stay connected. I appreciate that. If you like live streams, if you like retro arcade games, I think you're going to like my channel. On my live streams, kind of the long-term goal is to play my different arcades. Go, 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 go. Oh, I need to get up there. Oh, there we go. Is to play my retro arcade games and retro console games, and probably even some new stuff as well. But mostly just to find people kind of that enjoy, you know, hanging out and watching this type of content. So hopefully you enjoy it. Thanks for the thumbs up. I see that. I appreciate that. I think whether you like or give those thumbs up, I don't know, but I think they can help bring new viewers over. I don't know exactly how all that stuff works on YouTube, but, you know, I think it's possible that when there's likes and things like that, they can hopefully help bring new viewers over to hang out and check out the live stream. All right, we continue on. Last guy here, but on our way, marching towards 200,000. So here I didn't really need to do it much, but I usually try to wiggle around on the elevator just to get the fireball to react. And then just kind of hang out here, wait for a good spring, run over here. Okay, this is where it gets dicey. All right, well, bummer. That is not a bad warm-up game, though, 162,600. So I'm going to get a fresh game going here. So if you guys are just joining, get to watch a game from the beginning. But the goal here is hopefully continue on towards that personal best high score. Hopefully we can put up 200,000 plus. Here we go, level 1-1. Everything's a little bit slower on 1-1 just because it's got to ramp up, you know? Okay, so start climbing up here. I thought that barrel was gonna, look at that, I got 100 points and I'm already down a guy. So usually what I do in this scenario is because it's so early in the game and I don't really have anything invested at this point, rather than put a bunch of time into the game, I just get a fresh start. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get a fresh start here. And although I think one of the games that I did really good in, I think that I actually biffed it with 0 points. So I think it's possible, you know, but I usually don't, because these games can take 20, 30, 40 minutes. You know, I don't want to put in all that time if, you know, I'm already down a guy or whatever. Better just to start fresh, I think. All right, here we go. Get these barrels. The blue ones can be worth 300, 500, or 800 with the hammer. That one, I think it said it was worth 800. I always like to, one of my favorite things in Donkey Kong, if I can even do it, the backwards jump. I always think the animation on that is so funny. All right, here we go. On to the rivets. Level 1-2. And I just take the same path I always do on this level. See if that guy's gonna go away. It looks like he is. go down here. I'm going to see if I can get these two guys here in the middle. Maybe what I'll do actually is I'll just go up here and point press until those guys come up. I'll just get as many points as I can. There we go. And then we'll make the escape. Thanks for joining tonight, everybody. Happy Tuesday. If you're just joining, I'm playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade. Consider subscribing if you're not already. And feel free to chat if you like. I'll check the chat as I can in between the levels. Oh, yeah, I didn't think they were quite close enough. I still went for the jump there, but the barrels were just not close enough together to get over. So that was a bummer. So we're down a guy now, but it's okay. It is okay. Ah, same scenario. You see that? I just, I need to get that barrel to come down a little bit later. Darn. Try that one more time. Gotta be a way. The setup isn't there this time. Come over here, get these guys, these barrels. Up the ladder I go. There we go, through the springs. Thanks for joining tonight. If you're just joining, playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade. Chasing down my personal best. Already run into some issues on this this particular game, but moving forward. And let's see if the fireballs want to cooperate here. I like to get 2 or 3 with this hammer. It looks like I'll probably just get the 1. So now... Oh. Try to beat this guy to the ladder. Okay, so now I gotta wait for some of these guys to come up here. Let's see if I can get this guy too. Ah! Right when I turned around, this is going to be a rough game here. This one's a little tough. Okay, here we go. Ah, missed him. Let's go back over here. Okay. We'll just go up here and point press until those fireballs come up to get me. But we'll get as many points as we can here. All right, escape out there. Thanks for joining tonight. If you're just joining, I am playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade. This game was made in 1981. And oops, sorry, hit the tripod with my leg there. Thanks for the like. I see that. I appreciate it. And I'm trying to go after my personal best, but this game kind of got away from me. But that's okay. I'm down to my last guy on this one. But I'm going to play it through just to continue to try to, you know, get warmed up in hopes that the next game goes a little smoother. And if you do like this content, consider subscribing if you're not already. And I do try to go live regularly. The goal is Monday through Friday around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, and I plan to play my different arcade games, retro games from the console, probably even some new games as well. All right, the Pie Factory, the first one has 3 fireballs to start. And sometimes they make the level very easy, and other times they make it a little difficult. Oh, got stuck on the ladder there. So, oh, go, go, go. All right, that worked out okay. And some people call that the conveyor belt level. I actually just pulled my arcades out the other day. I had to fix the screen. I'll have to point it out on the next Pie Factory level. But before, I had the screen was slightly off the right side, so I couldn't see the whole right side, which would cause an issue on that level because I couldn't see when the pies started coming out. So I didn't have enough time to react to them. Look at how some of the springs go like right through his nose. All right, come over here, wait for a moment. That's a good one, and up we go. The level 4 springs are where it gets pretty gnarly. Okay, rivets, level 3. And I plan to eventually, right now the way it's working is I'm streaming live on YouTube. And then after that, I'll usually do a stream on TikTok because I just have the one phone currently to do my streams. And I'm trying to build up, you know, the viewers that like this type of stuff on YouTube. And so I do the YouTube stream first, and then I go over and live stream TikTok. What my hope is to live stream them both at the same time. So eventually I plan to do that. It might be another week or 2 before I have that set up already, though. But that'll be nice because then I'll be able to live stream both at the same time. All right, there we go. Through level 3 on to level 4. Hey, Coco, what's up? Thanks for joining. Oh, that's cool. You're a Donkey Kong fan? This is a great game. You know, it's one of those games that's easy enough to learn how to do, but it's actually incredibly challenging. I don't know exactly how many hours I've put into trying to get better at this game, but it's quite a bit. And it's taken me a while just to get what I would consider like okay at this game. It's a challenging game. But thanks for joining. Consider subscribing if you're not already. I do plan to go live Monday through Friday around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I have different arcades that I'm going to play. I plan to play some of my console games as well. Probably some new stuff as well, too. Just kind of mix it up. There we go. That's cool. Do you get to play it a lot, or do you, you know, you have access to like an arcade version of it, or how do you usually play Donkey Kong? Okay, so when these fireballs come down here like this, I just have to kind of dance around until I find my opening. And I also got to be weary of the conveyor belt shifting. So I'm going to run to the left here. Looks like the side I prefer. And looks like I'm going to get right up there. You have a Switch 2 and play this a lot. It is hard. Hey, I agree. It's a tough game for sure. How's the Switch 2? You like it? We still have the original Switch here, which we love. Probably eventually get a Switch 2. Okay, let's go up here, sneak over this way. Come up here, get this hammer real quick. Sometimes my last guy is my best guy. And that seems to be what's happening here. All right, let's go up here, climb the ladder, and get out of here. I have an archive version of this game and the NSO version on S. What's NSO mean? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what that means. I've heard, I think, is it on the NES version? Like, is it missing the Pie Factory? Or does it have it? I don't remember. Up the ladder we go. And thank you for joining tonight, everybody. If you're just joining, I'm playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade. Go, go, go. Oh, that was close. And yeah, I appreciate you hanging out with me. NSO is Nintendo. Okay, Nintendo Switch Online. I got you. Okay. If you guys do like this content, consider subscribing if you're not already, so we can stay connected. I've been posting a lot of shorts on like retro nostalgia type stuff. And I do have different arcades that I plan to play live, as well as console, and hopefully probably some newer stuff as well. Okay, this was not a great hammer. I did not really get anything. Yeah, we're in bad shape right now, and I am on my last guy, and I also got to watch the bonus clock. I needed to at least get... let's go this way. I needed to at least get... maybe 2 of those fireballs. Oh, yeah, this is... Okay, let's sneak up here. Try to get this rivet here. Ah! He got me, he got me. And yes, the NES version does not have the pie level. Ah, yeah, crazy. All right, guys, well, I am going to get a fresh game going here, so if you're just joining, please enjoy. You're going to get to watch a game from the beginning, and this should actually be a good game here. I'm feeling pretty warmed up at this point. My high score of the day is right up here, the 162,600. I've only played 2 games. That was actually my warm-up game. The second game I just played, I had all sorts of kind of weird scenarios happening. So, thanks for the like. I appreciate that. I see 3 thumbs up. I do appreciate that. Glad to know you guys are enjoying. And let's try to at least see 200,000. And yeah, we'll just march forward towards that personal best. And hopefully have a little bit smoother of a game. There we go. I always like to show when people are watching, if you're ever wondering, like running towards Donkey Kong, you just can't. It just bounces you off like a wall there. Anyways, up the ladder I go and on to level 1-2. The Switch 2 is great. That's good to hear. Yeah, I mean, I've had my first... Well, my brother... So, one of my first memories of Nintendo is my brother got the original Nintendo for Christmas. And, like, back then, that was a crazy gift. You know, that was a crazy thing to get. And he had, like, a TV in his room and everything. So, my brother is, like, older than my sister and I. And so, you know, he's, like a little bit older, so we were younger, but we got to go in there and play every so often. And then the first console I remember getting was the SNES, the Super Nintendo, and then I got that for Christmas, probably when I was like a young kid, still pretty young. And then I remember working at Toys R Us, and I bought the Nintendo 64 Donkey Kong version, which was awesome. It was jungle green. It was so cool, man. And back then, like, I remember that was around the time when Zelda came out, Ocarina of Time. And I remember, like, all the people who pre-ordered it got, like, a gold. If I remember right, it was like a gold cartridge for the pre-order. And then if you bought it after the pre-order, you got the silver cartridge. Even though I worked at Toys R Us, for some reason I bought it after, so I got the gray cartridge. But still cool and good memories. And then, I had a couple GameCubes. And then I had the Wii. And then I did not get the, what do they call it? What was after the Wii? The Wii Plus or the Wii U? Trick in the arcade OG version in the rivet stage. If you get close to DK and jump on his feet, you can get a near infinite amount of points. Oh yeah, that's what I was showing there. Yeah, it's called point pressing, and definitely on level 1 and 2, and even 3, it's very noticeable. As you get to level 4 and further, oh, I gotta watch those barrels. Level 4 and further, it's less noticeable. Like, you can still get more points by doing it. It's just not as big of a difference, just because the time clock is running faster. But yeah, it's fun to do for sure. You can definitely get more points by doing that than you can off the bonus clock. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen different things about it, but I just, in general, I've always liked Nintendo. They've always been my favorite consoles. Ah, yes, the gold cartridge is the common one. The gray, ironically, is actually rare. I'm talking about DK64. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I remember, like, I wanted the gold cartridge, but I missed out on the pre-order. So I ended up buying it afterwards. But I'd imagine everybody who wanted the game pre-ordered it, the majority, and ended up with the gold cartridge. So, but man, my jungle green Nintendo 64, I love that. Sadly, I don't have it anymore. But I love that, man. I wish I still had it. Thanks for the like. I see 4 thumbs up. I appreciate that. Hey, Coco, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Consider subscribing if you're not already, and hope to see you later. Nice chatting with you. All right, so let's go over here and try to get these fireballs. At least get one, I guess. Yeah, for the Nintendo Wii, I actually worked in an electronics store, well, an electronics department within a store when the Wii came out, and I remember the line, for the launch. We did it at midnight, so we did like a midnight launch. And if we had, I don't know the exact amount, but it was something like 50 of the consoles. And people were lining up way before midnight to make sure they got one. But it was crazy. It was super fun. It was a good memory. All right, we're cruising on. This game is rocking and rolling. On to level 3. Things are going smooth. And yeah, if you're just joining, like I was saying, I do plan to live stream Monday through Friday around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then on the weekends, I'll probably mix it up. I might stream around that time, or it might be a little bit different of a time, just depending on what I have going on the weekends. And I hope to eventually stream both YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Currently, what I'm doing is I'm streaming, doing a stream on YouTube and then going over and doing a stream on TikTok. And trying to build up viewers on YouTube that like this type of content. like retro arcade, that type of stuff. On TikTok, the views are pretty good. There seems to be a pretty big base of people that like this type of content over there. And I've been streaming on TikTok for a while. I started streaming there a long time ago. I just recently started streaming on YouTube. Like this channel, I think it's only 3 weeks old. But I was streaming on TikTok pretty much every day in a row for a while last year. Not all of last year, but for a while last year. And so there was a pretty good like base of people over there who followed and liked that type of content. But yeah, I'm hoping to see the same thing on YouTube. See if there's people who enjoy watching, you know, retro arcade stuff. So, all right, here we go. Onto the springs, level 3. Go, go. And thanks for joining tonight. Appreciate it. Happy Tuesday. And level 3 rivets. Okay, that guy's gonna slow us down a little. Uh-oh. Ah. Yeah, I knew I was kind of trapped there. I was hoping that one fireball would just keep going to the right. That's okay. First guy down. I would have preferred that did not happen, but it did. So we just got to move forward. There you go. That was a pretty good hammer. Got 3 of those guys. Let's see if one of these guys will come down. No? Come on. That was cheap. The hammer ran out like right as it was there. That was a bummer. I kind of took the risk though, being over in that corner, but I thought I still had enough time, but darn. All right, go down here. And these fireballs are definitely not making it easy. Okay, at least get this guy. At least that guy. Now, with this hammer, we can get these 3 guys. I'm just going to wait for one of them to come down here. Oh, there we go. If we can get this last guy to come down, we'll be good. It's kind of like same scenario. See, the hammer just ran out, but it's all good. So now the fireballs are trapped on the left, and I can just stand here and get as many points as I can until that bonus block runs out. Thanks for joining me tonight, everybody. If you're just joining, I'm playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade. Happy Tuesday. And consider subscribing if you're not already. And don't forget to like if you're enjoying the live stream. All right, out we go. Donkey Kong goes down. And on to level 4. So level 4 is where it starts to get tough, and it's kind of a bummer because I'm already down 2 guys. But I'm just going to try to stay focused here. And hopefully they don't throw too many curveballs at me. There's a good wild barrel from DK. Oh, he dropped one too, just as I was moving to the right. All right, kind of hang out over here. And up we go. And if you guys want to chat, feel free to. I'll do, I'll check the chat in between the levels and respond as I can. And if you don't want to do that, that's cool too. Just enjoy some Donkey Kong. So there's 4 fireballs on level 4. The conveyor belt shifted. I got to pay attention to that fireball. Okay, we look all right. We're just going to have to deal with this guy up here. Nope, we're good. Just like that. Not bad at all. And happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good week. And all is well. The reason I do that first jump, too, if you're curious, oh, look at that barrel. It's really cooking. On the bottom there, the reason I do that first jump is a spacing. Oh, man, I didn't expect them both to come down that ladder. So I jumped straight up instead of forward. But anyways, bummer. Last guy. So that jump right there is just a spacing thing, so I can jump that barrel. It's just a timing. Threading the needle there. Trying to steer some of these barrels. Oh, come on. I ran right into that one. All right, let's go one more game. This is going to be my last game of the night on this stream. So let's make this a good one. I've had some rough games tonight. I've had just only one game over the 100,000, which is not normal. Usually I can get over 100,000 pretty easy. So I'm kind of having some rough scenarios tonight. But yeah, last game of the night, so I hope you're enjoying. If you're just joining, get to watch a full game from the start here, and hopefully I have a good one. At this point, I'm warmed up, so I don't really have any excuses to that I can make, you know? Okay, so the blue barrels, when you hit them with the hammer, they can be worth 300, 500, or 800. The regular barrels are always 300. There we go. And yeah, the arcades I have out here in the garage, I have an Arch Rivals, which is like a fun basketball game. I have APB, which stands for All Points Bulletin, which is like a fun, it's like a cartoony style cop game. You play as Officer Bob, and you know, it's a driving game, like overhead top-down view driving game, and you go after bad guys and stuff. It's a really fun game. Actually, for me, I remember it from when I was a kid. That's why Oh, come on, buddy. Leave me alone. That's why I particularly like that game. And it was made by Atari. And then I have 2 Donkey Kongs. And then I have Smash TV. And then I have a Gauntlet Dark Legacy. And then as far as like console stuff, I have an original Nintendo. And I have a lot of games for it. And I need to get, I had some I had a couple Super Nintendos, but I ended up getting rid of them a while ago. So I need to get another Super Nintendo. I had some nice ones though. I had like a Mario All-Stars Super Nintendo that had the Mario All-Stars game. And then I also had a Donkey Kong Super Nintendo. And I bought those both to collect, and they were in pretty good shape. And I cleaned them up and stuff, like when I got them, so they were all like pretty nice, the ones I had. Okay, 800 off that blue, that was a good one. I'll just hang out over here, get the barrels that I can. Up we go. There we go. a pretty smooth start to this game. So see if the fireball will... Okay, he went a little late. I wasn't ready to jump yet. I guess I'll go down here, try to get him to come down here. Come on, buddy. There we go. There we go. Thanks for joining tonight too, and I just want to make sure to ask you guys to subscribe if you're not already, if you do like this type of content. That way we can stay connected. I appreciate you guys, and consider liking the live stream as well. If you do have been enjoying it, I appreciate that as well. All right, so this path that I take, it's always the same path for the most part, unless the fireballs interrupt me. But the fireballs always do different stuff. So I try to get, as many as I can with this hammer. And then 2 or 3 is good, usually. And then with the second hammer, I try to get the rest. Okay, so if I'm lucky, I'll get both of these guys. Ooh, I am. And then I got to get back to the right-hand side, because when they respawn, they're going to respawn on the left side over here, as long as I'm on the right side. And then they are going to be trapped over there. So then I can just come up here and do this and get as many points as I can. I can get more points by doing this than I can off the bonus clock. So I just got to stay in sync here. But I should be able to get over 30,000 total. It's always kind of fun to see the fireballs over there. There's just nothing they can do. Oh, I kind of got out of sync there. Kind of messed me up, but looks like I'll get over 30,000, maybe even 31,000. There we go, 31,100. Thanks for the likes, guys. I see those hearts flying. I appreciate that. Thanks for joining me tonight. We're on to level 3. This is the last game of the night. Yeah, level 3. So things are going to start getting a little tougher. And there's a reason I don't pick up that hammer on the bottom there. And it's just because it's kind of, I like to point press. Ooh, look at that. The hammer was up and got the flying down barrel. But I like to point press where I can, and it's easy. But my main goal is just to get as far into the game as possible. Because I haven't got to the final screen yet. So I don't like to get that hammer down there, because when I do that, I'm kind of risking losing a guy. So I'll probably eventually do that once I, get to the final screen on this game. But currently it's just easier or better for me to avoid that hammer. I'm waiting for the conveyor belt to shift, and then I just go like that, just ride the conveyor belt to the next ladder, go up the right side here, and it looks like we're going to have a nice, easy path to the top. Yeah, that blue thing there. I fixed the game. I had to pull the arcade out from the wall the other day to fix that. And it took me a couple hours to do. This arcade's like right in the middle. So I had to move other arcades and stuff. But it's all good. I had to fix some other things as well, so I just did it. But I'm happy to have that fixed, because before it was off the screen a little bit. And the problem with that was I could not see the pies come out when they first started coming out. So I would often run into issues, semi-often. All right, here we go. Level 3 rivets. love the wall bounce too. Very fun to do. Okay, how many am I gonna get? 1, 2. Oh, I'm gonna get 4. It looks like 3, 4. That was a very good hammer. And then they're all gonna spawn left. As long as I stay on the right here. They spawn on whatever the opposite side of where you are. And I'm just gonna wait for that guy. Maybe. I'm gonna try to get him to come down here. And I just run back to the right and he should spawn on the left there. There he goes. So same scenario here. We're just gonna go up here and get points. So I've had a couple rivet screens in a row where I've had the fireballs trapped. It does not always work out like that, but if I can get over 60,000, I'll be happy. That's a good benchmark for me for this level. And I have all my guys intact, so this game is actually, we're rolling. Yeah, it looks like I'll get over 60,000 for sure. And I've went into like daydream mode before where I'm not paying attention to the bonus clock. That's not a good thing. And ran it out all the way. After it goes 0, I have like, 1 jump or something that I can do. But basically when it gets to 0 is when I go. But I've had it where I just completely daydreamed and then lost a guy because of it. So 61,200, all guys intact. Last game of the night. Here we go. And there's technique in that, like if you saw those barrels go down the ladders as I was jumping, so depending on the scenario, I'll do that. Like when I jumped, I pressed back on the joystick because you can steer the barrels, kind of. Especially in the later levels. So there was some technique there. All right, up the ladder I go. Thanks for joining tonight. If you're just joining, I'm playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade, chasing down my personal best. Having a good game so far. I don't want to jinx it, but everything is going smooth so far. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm in trouble. I shouldn't have said anything. Go. All right, got through it. Thank you for joining tonight. Appreciate you guys. Happy Tuesday. All right, so back to the barrels. And then the next level, I say this all the time, but I say it because there's always new people joining. But the next screen, the springs of level 4 is the gatekeeper for this game. It's definitely the hardest thing. No. I couldn't get turned around quick enough. Darn, I was gonna try to jump off the wall, was kind of my only recourse there, but instead I jumped up and got the hammer. Just kind of got nervous. Anyways, the springs of level 4 are like the gatekeeper for any new player that's trying to learn this game. It's just very difficult to become good. Ooh, look at that barrel. I just kind of had to stay where I was. I didn't know what was going to happen with that one. Okay, I'll steer the next barrel down that ladder just to be safe. And then when I say steer, what I'm saying is when I'm running towards a ladder, the barrel is programmed to come down that ladder to get you. So you can use that to your advantage. It does not always work, but it does work a lot of the time, especially in the later levels. In the earlier levels, not so much. Okay, these springs are just one after the other, very fast. Like I said, it's definitely difficult. Oh, I had to retreat there. There were 2 long ones in a row. Jeez. Okay. Ooh, okay. That was good, but it was close. And if you guys want to chat, feel free to chat. I'll check it in between the screens and respond as I can. Okay, we're down a guy. Giving the play-by-play here. Last guy of the night. get up here. And oh, that was close. I shouldn't have wall bounced. I should have just went over and jumped straight up. That was close. Get this guy, get this guy. Okay, let me try to, let's see what that guy's gonna do. Okay. Go back up, go. Okay, I'll go up here. If I'm lucky, that guy will stay up top for a moment. Okay, we're in a good spot. I'm gonna wait for one of these guys to make their move. And it looks like it's gonna be him. So there's 1, 2. If I'm lucky, this guy will come up. Come on. No. So I don't have them trapped. I have 4 trapped and 1's on the loose. So I'll just do what I can here until this guy comes up to bother me. Out of sync here. Okay, here we go. There we go. On to level 5, and we're very close to 100,000. Last game of the night. 3 guys left. I'm feeling pretty good about this game. I'm hoping we're going to see a nice final high score of the stream here. Okay, let's get out. This is kind of a danger area right here because when he chucks wild barrels, that's definitely an, oh, I missed that barrel. That's definitely an area where they like to fly. Okay, there we go. We're going to be over 100,000 here. 105,800. Okay, so on level 5, there's 5 fireballs. Every level after this will have 5 fireballs. Let's see what that guy's gonna do here. Come on, buddy. Go up or go down over here or something. Come over here. I'm concerned, yeah. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna go left. This is not good because there is a lot of action up there. You see all those fireballs? Go, 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 go. Now's the time. Got it. I was concerned with that level. I didn't know what was gonna happen there, but got through it. 111,700. Okay. I'm kind of, okay, I'm not liking those barrels. So I kind of went down just to kind of get... yeah, darn. I kind of knew when I made that jump that that was going to be it. Okay, here we go. 2 guys left. Plenty of guys to at least get to... man. It's falling apart. Okay, last guy here. Oh, man. 2 on the same barrel screen. Ugh. Okay, let's get out of this one. Get out of this level. Waiting for that opportunity. Okay, we're out of this level. Last guy, last game of the night. doing what I can to get over that high score. Every level is dangerous at this point, every screen. I'm just waiting here. Nope, 2 long ones in a row. Give me another one. Should be okay. There we go. Okay. That's a dangerous level, you know, it just is. But got through it. Okay, back to the barrels. Hopefully DK gives me a break here. Ah. Wild barrel. Goodness. All right, guys. Well, 126,700 was okay. You know, kind of a bummer. Didn't get past the high score. But for the stream tonight, that's it. On YouTube, please consider subscribing to me if you're not already. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back. I plan to be back tomorrow at or around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you enjoyed tonight's stream, consider checking me out tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Have a good rest of your Tuesday, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.